Hi everybody. I am so excited to be able to share with you our new Deluxe Stand Mixer. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. When I first saw that this was our new power tool, I just stared at the box and was like, I can't believe we did that. I can't believe we're doing this, because I've always thought, you know what, KitchenAid is the stand mixer, right? Like, I have a KitchenAid and I love it, and it is nostalgic to me. Like, I grew up with a KitchenAid in my mom's house, right? So like, I have my KitchenAid that was a gift from her. Like, it means a lot to me. So I was like, I can't believe we're doing this, and how is it going to be better? And I mean, I'm excited. This is beautiful, you guys. But yeah, I was like, how is this going to compete? How is it going to measure up? I was really nervous about it. And I'm telling you, okay, so I'm going to keep my KitchenAid because, like I said, it has some, meaning for me. But this is amazing. Like, this is so incredible just as a machine, as a tool. Hi, Sarah. So this is definitely something that, whether you have hi, Lori, whether, you have a stand mixer already or not, just check it out as a cool, awesome machine that can do more than just, it's more than just for baking. I was actually going to demo for you one of the things I love about our power tools is it comes with a cooking guide. So it gives you lots of recipes to just get started with. And again, obviously there are going to be some awesome things to bake. But you can use this to prep some meals as well, which is pretty fantastic. And then, like I said, I was going to demo this amazing looking whipped Greek yogurt, but I realized I was missing one of the ingredients, so I can't. I will have to do that for you later. But awesome to have some recipes to get you started with. But I have made this or I've used this already for cookies, for my normal sugar cookie recipe. I don't know if you guys noticed, I always go quiet a little bit before the new products launch in my VIP group because I'm playing with the new toys and I can't share it with you. So I've been doing that with, I've made some amazing mashed potatoes in here. I've made some meatloaf. I've done some other baking as well. Bread, pretzels. My pretzels, I need my dough in here. So I'm going to show you just some of those features that make this really, really exciting. So first of all, obviously it plugs in, but we have an on-off switch here, which I kind of love the idea of an on-off switch. We also have this really handy cord wrapper thing, so you can store your cord, which is awesome. Something the KitchenAid does not have. Then one of the things I do want to say is I don't know how many of you have carried your KitchenAid. Mine, I don't have room on my counter for my stand mixer, so I have to carry mine from the cabinet to the counter, and it's heavy. Like, I've almost dropped it a couple of times. This is much more balanced, so it still has some weight to it. I'm not going to say it's light, but it's definitely lighter, and it's a little bit more balanced, and it actually has a handle for lifting back here, which is really cool. So they thought of that for sure. You can see that you have these digital options here. This is crazy to me, you guys. I'm, again, very much the person who's like, well, I don't need that. I can use my regular stand mixer. I don't need something to tell me how long to mix something for. But apparently you do. So what it does is it has different presets. So you can obviously do custom. You can mix up whatever you want to on your own. But then it has whip, it has cream, it has mix, it has beat, and it has knead. So you can choose what the preset is. And then what happens is when you press start for this, you guys, it starts slow every single time. So how many of you, I'm going to say I have turned on your stand mixer and all of a sudden there's flour everywhere because you went a little bit past the slow mark, you go too fast and then flour goes everywhere. I've definitely done that before. Or you just have to cover it with a towel, right? To make sure that your flour doesn't go everywhere. This one, you don't have to do that because every time it starts on a low speed. I was amazed that I did not have any mess. I just pressed start and it went. So I'm going to show you that here in a minute. But as we turn this and we decide, what setting we want to have it on. Okay, so say I want to have it on whip. It does have a time there, and the different recipes in the book will tell you like how much time you should have it there for. So you can adjust that if you want to. You don't have to keep it at that time, but it's a nice preset. So if you're working with something that isn't a recipe from this, you already have a time set there. And then it will tell you which attachment to use. So for whipping anything, you obviously want to use this guy, okay? And then when we go to creaming, you're going to use this guy, the paddle. And then use that for mix and for beat. And then for kneading things, you obviously use your bread hook, okay? So I want to do a little bit of comparison here. So this bread hook, you can see, has a different design than the KitchenAid bread hook, okay? So very, very cool. I'm just gonna say this one works really well. If we look at our paddles here, this is super exciting to me. Our paddles, okay, look at this. So this is my KitchenAid paddle, right? Compared to our paddle here. You can see that there are more things there. I'm gonna get to the mixing bowl, Sarah, so just a minute. But the biggest difference here is look at this. So you have this silicone piece right here that essentially acts as a scraper. You guys, how many times have you used your KitchenAid and you have to stop it so you can scrape the sides in the middle to make sure everything is mixing? You don't do that anymore. This scrapes the side for you. It's absolutely incredible. Like, that was one of my favorite features here. And then, like I said, when you're going to whip anything, so you can see the shapes of these are very different. This kind of looks like a cute little acorn. I love it. So the shapes are very different, which again, just really works to get all of the things that are mixing. Now, Sarah, I'm going to have to look up the actual size of the bowl because I don't remember what the capacity is here. I will also say there's an unlock here. So anytime you want to open it up, you have this thing on the back, okay? But if we look at the bowl, all right, it's more wide. So compared, like I said, to the KitchenAid, it does seem bigger. They look about the same height, but I can, fit my KitchenAid inside there. So that shows you that this one is actually bigger, it's wider. Like I said, total capacity, I'm gonna have to look that up for you and let you know. But yeah, so you have a much wider bowl, and then you can tell the attachments are designed to work with that wider bowl, which is pretty incredible. So let me see. What I am gonna do is just put one of these attachments on here so we can start this guy up and you can kind of see it working. And we need to use that to put it down. But like I said, I just want you to see that slow speed start, okay? So I'm gonna move this to beat, and I'm going to press that, and, oh, apparently I have to press it again. There we go. So it's starting slow, and you'll see the speed on here, then it automatically goes up. And it will automatically change for you. So moving. Going faster. Okay, like I said, sometime when I have all the ingredients, I'll actually demo making something for you. But very, very cool. Those presets, like I said, I've never known that, like, when you're supposed to cream things, like your butters and your sugars before you're making cookies, the first step in making the cookies, I've never known that you're supposed to do it at a certain speed or for a certain amount of time. I just like do it till it looks good, I guess. I don't know. And then the same thing for any sort of mixing. So this is pretty incredible that all of that is just kind of done for you. You can press the button and you can walk away and go do something else, right? You can walk away and you can clean your kitchen, or you can help a child or get a barking dog. That's what goes on in my life. So pretty awesome to just have those things there for you. The other thing that I want to say is I know a lot of people, especially those, and like I said, I'm not trying to convince you. If you have your KitchenAid and you love it, like, I don't know, I'm not the kind of person who thinks that everybody needs to have these amazing things. I just love it. So I'm sharing what I love about it. But I know people have been questioning, okay, but what about those other attachments? Because the KitchenAid, I don't use the other attachments on my KitchenAid, but I know like they have a meat grinder and they have something else that hooks onto the front. So I can't promise anything, but Pampered Chef typically doesn't, not think ahead. So all I know is that this thing pops off and it looks like probably this is going to be used for something in the future. So my guess is that all of those, extra things that you use your KitchenAid for, or that people use their KitchenAids for, I don't, but that they're coming. So that's very exciting with that as well. All right, please keep your questions coming. I would love to answer more for you. Obviously, I'm very excited about this, and yeah, like I said, oh, the last thing I should say, okay, so this is something we have not done before. We are starting this to be available March 1st as a host exclusive. Okay, so what that means is that for an undetermined amount of time, they don't know when we're gonna end this, you cannot just buy this outright. It is only available to hosts, which means, at least in the month of March, hosts can get it for 60% off, which puts it at a price that, again, I can't remember, but I will post that later. I know it's under $200. So hosts will be able to get this at a great price in the month of March. And like I said, at some point, they are going to make it available to everybody just to purchase. But for right now, it's going to be a special thing for party hosts. So if you want to set up a party so that you can get this in your kitchen, I would love to help you out with that. So like I said, let me know what questions you have, and I will do my best to answer them. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good night.